Hi there, this is Mark Walker, and this is my podcast called Fierce Encouragement. I want to thank you for joining us. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, well, this podcast is about how we can use self-encouragement and the science of self-efficacy to feel better, to lead us towards more emotional balance, and to kind of give ourselves a break. We're really good at shaming and blaming and hating ourselves. And I'm here to share as a coach, as tools that I've learned to help myself and my clients, the science of self-efficacy, how we can feel more confident, how we can tune in to those moments of mastery so that we can lead a better life and really a helpful and connected life versus the one that we might be kind of shaming and blaming or hating ourselves. So thank you for joining me. This podcast is about fierce encouragement for ourselves. And in this 11th episode of this first season, I wanted to talk about something I sketched out a while ago. So to kind of take a step back, this is my first season. I'm going to do 12 episodes. I have one more left. And I kind of made a brief outline at the beginning. And this episode, I wanted to talk about, the 11th episode, talk about kind of going beyond those quick fixes that I see so many clients asking for when I meet them as a one-on-one personal development coach, a life performance coach. So I've called this episode Beyond Quick Fixes, Exploring the Coaching Support Modalities. And the first thing I wanted to address was looking at this as a bigger picture. When I think back, I think it was about 10 years ago when I had one of my first coaching sessions with a career coach. And of course, I wanted to kind of figure it out in 2 or 3 coaching sessions and wanted those tools, wanted to go quick. One mistake I made at the beginning was thinking that there was a quick cure or that I could just learn one tool and it would shift everything. Now, that's not a bad mindset to have, wanting to take on the challenges in your life and get better, right? I think that's a wonderful attitude to have. But sometimes we can come into coaching or come into support and therapy and counseling and maybe consider that it might be doing a lot, whereas we need a lot more work than we kind of see. So the real challenge in what I see is we need to understand these aren't cures. Coaching needs can be seasonal, just like the seasons in farming between the northern and southern hemisphere. Our needs in coaching can vary. So if we start to just look at coaching and connection and mentorship as something that we can nurture and cultivate, I think that mindset regarding coaching would go a long way towards developing those habits, those healing habits, those healing modalities, and really extract the true value of coaching versus just having it as a quick fix. Now, this isn't something that I think people come in, a young child might do this. They want to fix it quick. Most adults I work with don't have this mentality or this mindset of quick fix kind of right out front. It's very subtle. It might be kind of this feeling of needing to be exonerated after working with me a month or 2 or more. When in fact, if we go deep, we see that maybe they aren't following through with some of the habits. Maybe they're missing on some of their fundamentals, things like focusing and practicing their journaling, maybe leaning into their, number one self-care habits like exercise and diet. So we don't outrightly come into coaching and help when we seek help. We don't come in with a mindset of I need a quick fix. But maybe, just maybe, when we do this, when we come to a conversation, number one, we can let it feel a little wobbly. It's going to feel like you're in the hot seat. But we can also appreciate it as a long journey, not a cure, but a healing modality that's seasonal to what's going on in your life. And maybe to kind of talk about that for a minute, all my clients, it's kind of interesting how I have a spectrum of clients, from young career-focused people that are really focused on their IT career really fitting into the team that they're in, and really developing that mindset or that good attitude towards work. So they're kind of like in that beginning, that spring of their life, if you would say, from a career standpoint, versus some others. I have parents that I've worked with, parents that have left jobs, something I've done. I spent a few years being a stay-at-home dad, so I think I naturally gravitate towards people who are taking these chances in their career and really connecting with their kids or helping their family in ways that are unique and kind of different than what the status quo is doing. To even executives that I really support and help them kind of identify their exercise or their energy goals, or even work on the attitude, kind of that internal mindset that they might be having when they show up at work. So there's a seasonal need for my clients. There's a seasonal need for us as individuals. And one good thing that you can bring to a coaching session is identifying what season of life that you're in. What energy practices are important to follow through with right now? An example would be if you have young children, it's really difficult to hit all the exercise requirements that you might have of yourself if you're a high achiever. Maybe our creative projects go on the back burner while we're raising that same family. And maybe our relationships shift in a family dynamic versus when we're single or when we're dating, and even when we get older. When the kids leave the house and we have that so-called empty nest, our relationships change. So seeing how seasonal needs in coaching, it's really important to that relationship. So think about that if and when you get coaching, when you connect with people, when you look for support in your life, consider what season your life might be in from a career standpoint, from an energy standpoint, and even on a relationship standpoint. I hope that helps. I think it's a really powerful way to kind of view the support modalities we might be seeking. Now, one other thing that has popped up again and again is in my kind of discovery conversations with people is like, who benefits from this? Some people, again, from their season of their life, they might be seeking that connection for their career and having some reliability and accountability in what they're going to show up as during the week. And in truth, no one truly needs coaching. Honestly, no one needs coaching. I don't think it's a requirement for people, but it's this, and I have heard it from other coaches, and I just love it. Most people would benefit from high-quality coaching. No matter the season that we're in, if we're going through transition at the end of our career, if we're new parents, or even if we're starting out on our career journey or finishing up school. Coaching helps encourage people. It helps give them that confidence via a connection and a social network that is supporting the things they're going after. The fact is, we love our spouses and our partners and our kids and our families, but they got what they're focusing on in their life. They have the things that are concerning to them and the projects they're working on. Same with our managers. They might be required to help and support us, but as we probably can all look back at the evidence we have, not all managers are the same, and especially those ones that are truly unique, that are fierce encouragers, that are people that listen attentively, authentically, and genuinely, and they help you reflect on where your personal development course is going in your job and what you might need. So when we consider the seasons, we have to ask ourselves who's benefiting from coaching, and that I put an asterisk in there. It would be high quality coaching. Good connection, good reflection with people is very valuable. But when we kind of connect it up with the season of life we're in, when we connect it up to the needs and the goals that we might have or the projects we might have on our plate right now, we can really start to feel that deep sense of thriving and expansion when we get high-quality mentorship, coaching, and connection. And with that, I want to keep this one short. I want to thank you for your time, but I'd really ask you this as we finish up this episode. Reflect on your current personal development needs? How are you getting the support, the coaching, the mentorship that you need to take that next step in your career or at home or in your creative project of the last part of your career? Reach out for a coaching session. So I have free strategy sessions at this current time. You can find me at markwalkercoach.com. Again, that's M-A-R-K, Walker, W-A-L-K-E-R, coach.com. And I would love to support you in your specific situation. I'm not sure if I can help you, but I'd love to sit with you for 45 minutes, come up with a strategy session for you, get the key points that you need to work on, and really take those next steps towards feeling better. Again, thank you for tuning in. This is the 11th episode of Fierce Encouragement. My name is Mark Walker. I'd love to hear from you. We will be doing one more episode for this first season. And honestly, I've had a few emails, and it's great to hear back from my listeners. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear more about what you'd be interested in seeing or hearing in this episode, in this podcast as we go forward into next year. What really stands out to you as powerful? Would you like to see more interviews or see more experts and luminaries? Or perhaps you would like more tools and resources that you can practice as you listen between episodes. I'd really value your opinion, your advice, and what's rang true or helped you through the last season. And I look forward to next week. It'll be the last episode of the season number 1, and then I'm going to get to work on seeing what people are interested in and really bring in the next season of inspiring content for Fierce Encouragement to you, my listeners. So thank you very much. I look forward to connecting up with you soon, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Have a great day. Bye-bye.